Okay. So it's, we choose Antenna Genius as an example of device, properly designed. And it has a vision of how it will be used over the time. Essentially, it's a very simple product. It's a 8x2 switch. Yeah, you have to switch, click, 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 so that's it. Because all the switches, they have to have at least band decoder to follow the bands when you change the band to switch the antenna. We build inside very powerful PIC32 microcontroller. And then we add to the motherboard, we add possibility to control output relays. And then with the software, we start to make miracles. So it is one Lego part, it's one brick, but you can build your house, your complete wall, you can extend your antenna switching easily and very simply for customers from the user point of view. Okay. So technically, it's high isolation and good broadband matching. And as the switch, just as a switch, maybe it is the best on the market. The lowest isolation on 6 meters is about 70 dB, and much higher on the HF. So it's very flexible for different scenario, easy for upgrade as station is built up. I will show you later how easily you can upgrade your switching system. It is 3 kilowatt isolation. LAN interface has also BCD or port to pin control, programmable relay outputs. You can, I will explain later, you can by software define subgroups, and you have PTT bypass to have a possibility for interlocking and to prevent hot switching. You can see here, so new features in the latest version 4.0, we now have 3 types of antennas you can define in a menu. You can have a receiving antenna, you can have receiving only, you can have transmitting only on receiving transmitting antenna. And we have in-band port for contesters. They can connect their in-band antennas, and then you can by software choose if the radio is in-band, so the switching will reroute these in-band antennas to in-band stations. And the next release will be with interlock. So these are Legos. So from those boxes you can create larger systems. So here is 8 times AB switch we called. Actually on these 3 connectors you have simple relay with high isolation. So you are bringing antenna here in the mid row, and then left and right you are routing these antennas to the left or right Antenna Genius if you need more radio outputs. Here is user interface. As you can see, you can choose the antenna. The orange one, they are receiving, transmitting. Here is transmitting only, and here is receiving only. And you can define this in this tab. The nature of antenna, is it in-band antenna, and etc. In the application, you will program your Antenna Genius. You will dedicate these ports to specific antennas, to specific bands. And once you start, you program everything, you will have this application showing antennas in use, antennas for radio A and antennas for radio B in use. And you can see we have twice tri-bander. And now we generate we created two buttons, two software buttons to control stack of these two antennas. You have upper and lower antenna, and you can switch it from the software using this relay box to switch your stack match. As you can see, 20 meters to twice tri-bender. So it is how it looks like. So it goes to the radio 1. It's okay. Here is another band. So it is just how it works. Okay. Now it shows output module is connected on the Antenna Genius, and it controls your stack match here. So you have here the relay outputs, and you are here, you have panel for generating the outputs you need for such a case. If you need more antennas, if you have now 8, you simply have a stack settings, and now you can stack 2 Antenna Geniuses. We have these AB switches, and they are routing upper or lower Antenna Genius, and you have 16 of these antennas. Software is seeing these 2 as one antenna switch. Okay, it is how it works. You need more antennas. Okay, no problem. So we can stack up to 24 antennas in that way. The point is, you can upgrade your system, your switching system, as you are growing. If we need more radios, we can do it. So we have these 8 AB switches, and we are routing these antennas on the left or on the right side. So, and then you see it is in essentially what it is, and it is how it works. I will not go deeply in detail. So it is how 4 antennas are routed. 4 different antennas are routed from the antenna ports. Then now you are feeding 4 radios with antennas. And you have software, you can do whatever, you can do interlocking and stuff. But we need more radios, so some of us are, so it is how it looks like. So you can go in a parallel to extend 2 by 2 radios. It is 6 radios and 8 antennas. Okay, it is how it looks like. Hop. Okay, and it is, okay, and it is one very complex system with 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. It is 8 radios on 16 antennas, 32 antennas. It's up to, but here we have 16 on 8 radios, which is, and at the end it doesn't look too much complicated, as you can see. Here are some installations. Here is 16 antennas on 4 radio. This is installed, I don't know, Kilo Hotel 6 Yankee or something like that. So once you have these nice cables, everything is clean, and you just go on your PC, you program it, you can move, you can add, you can change, so no wires. So this is now we have Marco can maybe just take 5 minutes of your attention to tell you something about the software upgrades and what are our next plan for Antenna Genius.
I will be quick. Basically, the general idea, like all the devices that you have seen on the pictures, basically, it's the same device that we are producing and selling from I don't know how many years. 10 probably. So basically we last year we released a software version basically that upgraded even the first hardware that was bought from us, and basically we delivered the features that we never marketed or even mentioned at that time that we will deliver. So we just from time to time when we are like learning what the device is capable of, what is the need of the basically the community, the amateur radios, we started implementing stuff integrated with flex radio, integrated with other things, putting the implementation of our own protocol to make better communication with our own devices, integrated tuner genius. So if you have a tuner with 2 channels, it's SO2R tuner, but if you connect it to the antenna genius, the tuner knows which antenna you are using. So it basically, at that example, it saves 6 or 8 different antennas, different tuning solutions. So if you have tuner that remembers on which antenna you have a correct tuning solution. So basically, by giving that possibility to upgrade the software over time, we basically put that hardware, literally, we can do whatever we like in extended period of time. So you don't have to buy new hardware, you just download new software, you do the firmware upgrade, which is automatic on the software side, and you get new features. And we are basically continuing doing that. There is one, for example, one nice example of let me just find the first stack, let's say. Yeah, so this is a nice thing. So first time when we introduced the stacking to be able to have 2 radios, 16 antennas, so we made it possible with 2 AB switches, and we control the AB switch from one output on the main antenna genius. Couple of months ago, we basically made a software, made a firmware update that basically ruled out these AB switches, and we say you can connect number 7 to A here, number 8 to A here. So you don't need AB switches, but you will have 6 plus 8 antennas, and 7 and 8 on the first one we'll use to route to lower device. So basically we removed some parts and basically allow you to have just 2 devices, one above the other, and use their own ports to route RF to the lower part. So that's something that we basically figured out by communicating with the operators, and somebody asked at some point, why don't you route this? And we were just like communicating with our team. Is it possible? Does it interfere? Does it affect anything if we do that? And essentially we made it with a couple of dozens of lines of code. We made it possible. So you can now stack 2 devices without AB switches, just route 7 to here, 8 to here, and you have 6 and 8 for your antennas. And you have in your software just when you connect 2 devices. I'm not sure if we have slide that over here. Let me check. This is old screenshot. Basically, we have another option when you say how you are stacking. You are stacking with AB switches or without AB switches, and that's one of the example. And the software itself basically doesn't. The first version we make does not look anything like this. It was some simple software that allowed you to just route your antennas on A or B. So, and this concept basically we try to implement in every of our devices. So whenever we made a hardware, we make it software upgradable over the time. So whenever we have some feature implemented, basically we deliver to everyone, even the people that we sold the devices many years ago, that we never marketed such functionality. So that's like the most powerful thing on that we try to basically all the Genius line to have that kind of the approach. And that's about it. So if there are any questions on that regard, I will be happy to answer.